Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Yo, my name is Mello. I got my friend Proa here on co-coms with me. We're gonna be commentating this very, very top tier race of Mega Man 3.
Yes, indeed. We're down to the last three participants of the 2022/23 Mega Man 3 tournament. And as stated, we have two of the finest Mega Man 3 players here who will be going head-to-head in this best of three loser finals match. The winner will play Fast at CC in the grand finals. So get ready for some exciting Mega Man 3 action here.
Yeah, definitely. It was a really cool journey for both of these runners to come all the way down to the finals of the losers bracket. Fasta actually put Beco down here in the bottom bracket, so I'm sure he wants a rematch. And prisi already got his revenge on Madu, who had sent him to the losers bracket, earning his way here to the finals. That was a really hot match.
Yeah, with Beco and Fast at CC already becoming something of a legend in terms of competition because of how close that third and deciding match was. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we get three more similarly competitive matches here because their PBs are only 5 seconds apart.
Yeah, prisi actually just PB'd a few days ago, jumping all the way to second place now. Really huge improvement throughout this tournament. It's no wonder he's making some upsets. And Beco, of course, a legend. He's been bringing his time down in this category as well. I see that he's been playing Rockman 2 lately, so I hope he de-rested for this match.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been a while since his last tournament match, so yeah, nerves and some rustiness might play a factor here, but judging from his practice here, he seems to be in pretty good shape as far as his movement's concerned, and that's always been his one of his key strengths is his movement is top notch.
Yeah, I don't think he really gets that rusty anyways.
No.
It's Beco.
Yeah.
So I'm happy everyone can join us today. It's pretty early for me, 8 a.m. I would usually still be asleep. I have my coffee here. But we do have our runners, in Japan for Beco and Germany for prisi. So, of course, we want to accommodate everyone.
Yep. Yeah, and that speaks well to the general representation of the Mega Man community because we have runners. I think all of our remaining most of our participants are from outside the U.S., Canada, more than you'd think at the very least.
Well, we still have Fasta repping the U.S.
Yeah, yeah. But I see some of the other runners that we've had in this tournament, and it's quite a mix.
Yeah, very happy with the turnout, and now that we're down to the top three, I couldn't have asked for better competition to represent this game. So it looks like our runners are ready. Let's see, are you giving them a countdown?
Yep. The flag has been dropped, and we are ready to go here.
Cool. Good luck, runners. Good luck, everyone in chat as well. Good luck to us, Proa, because it's going to be kind of hard keeping up with these two.
I know. Yeah, and in terms of routing, we're going to see the same thing from both runners here. Mega Man 3 is kind of unique in that there are several valid routes you can take here, but both runners will be playing the same route, as you'd expect.
Yep, and that route is top first. This is the world record route. And these two are world record contenders. They could definitely grind to get that, so they will be running top man first.
One thing our runners so one thing our runners are going to be doing throughout this race is they're going to be looking for ways to reduce lag as much as possible, because Mega Man 3 is a fairly lag-heavy game compared to other Mega Man games, because the audio and the visuals are tied into the same chip, so it can cause some heavy issues and lags you're seeing throughout this match.
Yeah, definitely. And that comes down to such minor things like not shooting an extra bullet if you don't need it, despawning the music whenever you can, although in some cases it could be pretty dangerous, and of course mashing and killing enemies as quick as possible. Those cats were taken down so fast. I wish I had that jump mash. Both of these runners have amazing mash. Prisi actually known for his teeth mashing, one of those few runners that press the button up against his teeth.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay, both of them coming into this last room of Top Man. Let's see how aggressive they are coming onto these platforms.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm not surprised they played it safe there.
Yeah, both of them choosing to land on that last top instead of trying to skip it. Alright, so the Top Man fight, it's a completely scripted fight. He does the same thing every time, so if you do everything right, he should be dead in 3 cycles on that right side there. So, good fight for both of these runners. Should be a sub 2 teleport for both of them. Yeah, very nice, very nice. We're a little off sync with the runners. Let me see if I could fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, and prisi is slightly ahead based on the timers, but we'll see. Look at that, just slightly tighten. So Shadow Man, the second of the 8 Robot Masters, is definitely the most dangerous for even if you're a top tier Mega Man 3 runner, because there's a lot of tricky movement and it's very easy to die here at the end. So again, with like this despawn, you know, it's very precise in how they move and how they I think it was the other way in the sync. So both runners, Beco played it pretty aggressively there. There we go.
Yeah, I missed the dangerous shadow stage, but I could see that they're in sync and they didn't die over those parachute jumps.
Yeah, Beco played it a little more cleanly, I think, but yeah, you gotta love that sync.
Wow, and really good fights as well. Yeah, awesome stage, very fun stage to practice, very reset heavy. I'm very glad we're out of there without a death. So we have another dangerous stage coming up in Gemini Man, and then if we could get past that without any deaths, this should be a pretty close race throughout the rest, or at least the most of it.
Yeah, the first definitely 7 minutes is where you know, a lot of the resets do happen, and but that said, there are places, you know, where other bad things can happen. You know, Doc Spark has its moments. Doc Shadow certainly has had its share of trapdoor deaths. So yeah, plenty of places.
Yeah, and this long room of Gemini Man is such an easy way to lose some time. And we slide into that next screen because while you're sliding, you can actually jump out of the slide to prevent that cutscene from taking over. So we don't see Proto Man, we hear his whistle, and after that concludes, the music actually doesn't spawn, it doesn't start again. And that reduces lag, so with that music despawn, we can enjoy a little less lag, well actually a lot less lag, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and So Beco had a little trouble after despawning Proto Man, and Prisi's taking the lead here. Prissy is kind of a bit low on health, so he might have to play a little defensively against Gemini Man. Beco's in much better shape, so he can afford to take a D booster or two if he needs it.
Yeah,
Um,
and both of these runners doing these mini slides over these one-tile blocks. That is extremely dangerous because in Mega Man 3, you're committed to your slide for 8 frames. You cannot jump out until 8 frames have passed. So you have to make sure you have adequate distance on those blocks to
yeah,
let it ride out and jump out. Chrissy gonna take a
so
D boost from a bullet, which is much less damage from body contact, so you can still have a
yeah,
somewhat fast fight. Looks like both of them played it somewhat safe in the fight.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, Prissy definitely had to, just because the damage he took getting there. Beco was a little more aggressive, but Prissy is out. About 3 or 4 seconds ahead, heading now to our 4th robot master, which is Needleman.
Yeah, Needleman, a breath of fresh air, some relief here. There's not many pits or spikes. Lots of places to lose time. Prizzy actually doing the mash strat in this first room. Incredible mash. Beco switching to Gemini Laser to take down those, what are they, porcupines? Or
Yeah, I think so.
take them down with one hit. If you have the mash, yeah, why menu if you can just mash them down with your buster?
Exactly, yeah. But, if you're confident and consistent in it, then yeah, it definitely is a time save. If you start missing shots, though, it becomes a problem, so...
Yeah, that could easily happen.
Yeah.
Mega Man 3 has pretty fast menus, but of course it does make a difference.
Chat playing out Prissy in 1-up heaven. He's picked up like 4 of them. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you don't see that very often in Mega Man 3.
Yeah. Unlike Mega Man 5, they are not plentiful.
Alright, so Prizzy handling the Needleman fight well. Beco also right behind him. We didn't miss any shots with our Gemini laser, which is crucial in that fight because Gemini bounces off the walls and you cannot menu to despawn it. So you're just standing there watching it bounce around, hoping it hits him.
Yeah. We got a 5-second difference between our runners at the halfway point of the 8 Robot Masters. Prissy pulling away there in Gemini Man with a much stronger first opening half of that stage. So see how this plays out here. We had the Snake Man.
Yeah, another banger alert. And I just want to say, Prizzy has made so much improvement in this game ever since he's come back for the tournament. It's really amazing to have seen. And he's going to be going for the Snake Zip, another one of the few zips in this game. Unfortunately, he's having a little trouble with the setup. Oh, Beco looks like he had the setup, but he missed the first slide. Yeah, and that actually syncs them back up.
And just like that, we're back dead. We're dead even again. So yeah, this is Mega Man 2. If you play any percent, is all about the skips and the zips and what have you. This game is more about precision,
movement, yeah, execution, movement, the lag reduction. The movement is very precise, and of course, it's a pretty mash-heavy game. This game asks a lot of its runners.
Yeah.
Wow, both of them getting the Snake Zip the first try on that second one. And that doesn't save that much time, so you'll see most runners just opt to rush jet over those snakeheads. But of course, these runners are, they're in the 33-40 range, so they're going for the Snake Zips. They're doing every little thing. And there's another dangerous strat at the end of this room where they could hop off of jet around here and start sliding on these one-tile blocks, but they're choosing to just fly all the way. It's a little safe strat. I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's definitely race friendly.
Alright, Snake can give a few patterns. Beco gets the one in the center jump. Prisi gets the left. Or did he shoot? Did Snake Man shoot on the left? I couldn't tell if he kept walking. But either they're pretty comparable, those two patterns. So he died fairly in the center for both of them, and they were able to finish up on top of that mound in the middle. In Mega Man 3, you lose control of Mega Man after the boss dies, so you want to already be in the center of the room, so you can avoid Mega Man having to walk there in the animation.
Right, yeah, that's only for the first 8 Robot Masters. After that, you can stand anywhere you please, so...
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, definitely, you know, MM3 and Mega Man X are kind of the outliers in that respect, where you want to be centered.
Check out these proto fights from both of these runners. Right wall kills, such good mesh.
Yeah, if you're not a masher, MM3 is going to be a much harder game, I think, to be really good at as a speedrunner. You can learn a lot of the other stuff, but that mashing is so important here.
Sorry about that, my alarm was going off. Okay, so now we have Rush Jet, and we could fly over these Yoku blocks. Another route is Magnet first, and those runners obviously can't do this. And this is one of the biggest time saves of doing Top Man first.
Yeah, the Yoku blocks, though, aren't that bad in this stage, so, you know, and Magnet Man overall is an easier starting point, because it'll make Shadow Man much easier at the end there, because you can use the magnet missiles to kind of clear a path for yourself. So if you're starting out, that's actually a good stage to start with. Really nice fight by Beco there. He gained a little time on Prisi.
Yeah, Beco got the good pattern, so he was able to kill Magnet Man earlier. Prisi unfortunately gets the bad pattern, so he jumped all the way at the top on the left side, losing some time. Both of them doing the Prisi strat in that last room to kill that big spring enemy. I love that strat because normally when you shoot a Shadow Blade, you get stuck in place. But if you do the Prisi strat, you can actually keep walking while you fire it. It's very interesting how that works out. Alright, so Beco now in the lead, coming into Hardman stage.
Yep, about a 2.5 second lead right now as we're into our 7th Robot Master stage, Hardman.
No bees.
Fair bit of menuing in this stage.
Yeah, also depends what strats you go for. For the majority, we're gonna have Coil equipped, and that's to minimize our ladder climbing. And when you have Coil, you could only shoot 2 lemons. So you want to mash pretty close to these enemies, these monkeys that have a lot of health.
Yeah, they are a real pain to deal with.
And the dozers, these Met dozers. Okay, so Beco gonna keep Coil equipped. Okay, yeah, both of them are actually doing this strat. They'll keep Coil equipped to minimize this last ladder and switch to Shadow Blade. This will make for a faster Proto Man fight. Wow. Perfect fight for both of them. Yeah, and that's how it's done. That's a very hard route to do with the Coil to Shadow Blade. And now to the Magnet Missile for the Hardman fight. They both have enough health to take the double D boost to cut out the freezing. Because of course when Hardman hits the floor, you're stuck in place, you're frozen in place, but you can stop that if you take a D boost. So you have to remain in his hitbox after he hits the ground. And then you'll get knocked out of the frozen state.
Yeah, we retained a 2-second difference here as we head to the final Robot Master, Sparkman.
Yeah, Prisi says Spark is a chill and easy stage. I do not agree. I die here all the time.
There are some tricky bits of platforming for sure in the middle and towards the end. So, you know, if you play safe strats like me, this is a chill stage, but, yeah, I can see where you think, like, yeah, this could be a little dicey. The room beco's in now, like, the easy place to die if you're not careful.
Yeah, and of course you see these runners not stopping at all. Hold right at all times.
Beco took a couple of hits there, so we're almost in sync again.
And needless to say, Mega Man 3 is the game where they introduced the slide, so of course we want to be sliding as much as possible.
Yeah. Screen transition difference now. We head to the final part of the stage.
Yeah, prisi having a little bit extra magnet missile, so he used it to kill those chunk blocks. Very laggy end room here, so you want to be careful with your platforming.
Right,
There are a few conditions where your jumps or shots could get eaten in this game, but these runners are very aware. Prisi getting the good pattern. Beco getting the one jump. Beco should still be slightly ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Screen transitions out at 1640.
Very strong 8 robo time for both of these runners.
Yeah. Just under 2 seconds. We head now to the second portion of our game.
Wow, this is an amazing first race. Beco just... Oh, no.
Ooh. Whoops.
Yeah, that's a very easy death. Because it's right in the first screen. But that's a pretty common death, because of course you're jumping over those flame pillars. And you wanna make a short jump so you can maximize your sliding after you land.
Again, if you're gonna die anywhere, that's about as good a place as to do it. I mean, it's still not great, but still plenty of chances for Beco to catch up. But he's gonna have to kind of, eventually, he's gonna have to block this. I was like, okay, it did not happen. Whatever, let's just get on with it.
Now you see these runners dealing with these eggs here. Only 3 tadpoles could be on screen at a time, so we will intentionally free 3 of them that are out of our way, so we could then shoot a passage through the rest.
I got a little trouble with his platforming there to get Chris got his first dot fight in Flash Man.
Very good fight, finishing it all the way on the right, so he gets so he exits that room as soon as he regains control. Let's see if Beco could do the same. A little bit of trouble there. Flashman got kind of far towards the right.
Yeah,
okay, now this water room could be very dangerous. Prisi. Oh, okay, he's fine. You want to minimize as much lag as possible. There's a lot of stuff going on this screen. We like to switch the Shadow Blade, kill some enemies, take some deboost, and slide across the spikes, but if anything goes wrong, you could easily die.
So Prisi takes care of Bubble as Beco entered. Prisi's out at 1921. Let's see where Beco's at. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, maybe 10 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, still very close race.
Yeah,
Coming into Doc Shadow, we're going to be setting up another music despawn, and this one is done by killing yourself on spikes on the same exact frame that the screen transition happens. So instead of actually dying, you just hear the death sound, and the music will not come back. And that, of course, reduces lag.
We confirmed Prisi did it. I don't know if it looked like Beco did it as well, but
yeah, it looks like it. It'll be more obvious on this screen with the red platforms because it would normally be extremely laggy with music. Yeah, it looks pretty good on his screen. It's kind of unfortunate that we do music despawns because the soundtrack in this game is so good, but it's so necessary
Yeah.
because it saves so much time. Okay, coming into Doc Wood, we like to stand in a very specific place to be able to jump over his leaf shield, take a deboost from one of the falling leaves for minimum damage, and getting into his hitbox to hit him and then get to the right side. And you have to get to the right side at the right time, so he continues to face left. Prison now in another dangerous parachute room, but now we have the magnet missile, and it's much easier. So very good room for Prissy. He's going to be coming into Doc Heat now. And we do need a couple, or one ammo drop. Oh no!
Oh! Beco.
That is rough. That was the last hit.
Magnet Missile went the wrong way.
Yeah, Magnet Missile could get confused sometimes.
So unfortunately, yeah, now Prissy in total control here as he's had two clean dock stages in a row, and
yeah, and Beco's searching for a backup strat. There's a few backup strats, but I gotta say they all suck for this room.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's not gonna be able to get through this very quickly.
Yeah, I was trying to say that we need a little drop to have enough ammo for Magnet Missile, so he definitely doesn't have any now to redo that room, so he chose to use top. I don't blame him because that's what he's used to from the Shadow Man stage. Another option would be Gemini laser, or to just jet across that whole screen.
So, alright, so Prissy underway here against Doc Air. He's going to use Spark Shock to take care of him.
Yeah, so Prissy started that fight with Rush Coil equipped, and when you shoot a lemon, you can actually switch to a different weapon, and that lemon will go through anything that's in the way. So we saw it go through one of those tornadoes, and then he switched to Spark. So that lemon that was soaring through the air actually took on the properties of Spark. So when it hit Airman, it did the damage that Spark would. It's another cool exploit of this game, changing your lemons to other weapons by switching while it's in air. Alright, the long jet room. A few things to note when you're using jets. If you jump off of it, you are not consuming your energy, so we like to jump on Rush Jet. Also, we're jumping off of the top of the screen, so Mega Man is not on screen. That reduces lag. And we're also wrapping our hitbox to the bottom of the screen every time we jump off the top, which baits the enemies to go to the bottom, and you can despawn them that way if you do it correctly. Yeah, Prizzy definitely needed that health there.
Yeah, it's been a little dicey as doing anything on Doc Crash, or Clash, to be prefer.
Good fight by Prizzy. Beco now doing the long jet room. And when you're jumping up here, you can't just be mindlessly jumping because you have to be aware of your hitbox wrapping around to the bottom. So you can take damage, or you can get those energy refills, which of course would slow you down.
Chat saying, like, just adding which reduces lag. Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, I wish everything we did reduces lag. Sometimes we actually cause lag intentionally, which we'll talk about later.
Maybe we can just assume everything reduces lag so we don't have to say it. You know, we're reducing lag, therefore. Ooh. Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Beco.
Yeah, the clash fight could get out of hand depending on what pattern you get. Prisi now with a beautiful metal fight. He would have liked to get a little further to the right at the end there, but that was still a good fight, no damage. Oh, looks like he went for the music despawn. That's another place where you could kill yourself on the spikes during a screen transition. It's pretty dangerous. There's a okay setup for it, where you won't die, but the success rate is 50%.
Yeah, and if you missed, you would have gone right back to the beginning. Yes.
Yeah, the checkpoint is after that fall, once you reach to the bottom. So if you died during that fall, you do go back to the beginning, and you would have to fight Doc Metal again.
Yeah, so in a race setting, and I'm sure Prissy knows what's been happening with beco, and this is not a randomizer. You are allowed to see how your opponent is doing. So I'm sure he knew that he's got the lead. He's not going to do anything to make matters more difficult for himself now. The onus is on beco, not him.
I don't know. Prizzy's a mad lad when it comes to speed. But he had a great quick fight. Now he's taking out Breakman. Very good Breakman fight. Awesome mash as always. And now Dr. Light yells at him. And the beautiful capsule sound. So Wily stages incoming for Prizzy. beco now coming into the quick fight. For quick, you could use the search snakes, which is what Prizzy did. And if you have enough ammo with Gemini laser, you could use that instead, which is faster because you don't have to switch your menu page. If at all possible, you'd like to stay on the same weapons on one page, so the menus are more optimal. Here in Wily 1, it's a pretty quick stage. That's probably the only room that you could really die in, and Prezi came out of it just fine. Oh yeah, the Yoku block room, you could die there, but you don't really see it that often.
Yeah, and with these stages, you know, the Wily stages are very short, so
yeah,
you know, it's almost an afterthought, kind of comparatively speaking, to the other 12 stages you did before this.
Okay, so coming into this fight, the Kamigoro Maker, it's a very RNG heavy fight. Every time the Maker goes left, like he did at the start of the fight, it's slow. It's the slow pattern, and when he goes right, like that one, it's faster. So every time he goes left, he's going to hold on to that turtle a little longer than you would like, and if he goes right, he'll release the turtle sooner.
No, to answer Chat's question, this is the losers final, so this is essentially for third place, if you will. The winner will play Fast CC in the grand finals.
Wow, beco really scared me with that water room. It looks like it didn't look like he had enough iframes to be on those spikes, but he got off just in time. Okay, Prizzy now in Wily 2. So pretty dangerous platforming here. We don't want these bees to drop their little baby bees, because that causes a ton of lag. They're both going to do the rush coil jumps, which is faster but more dangerous, of course. Coming into the Yellow Devil fight, should be a quick kill, one cycle for both of these heavy mash players. I'm trying to see what kind of RNG beco gets.
Looks like he's getting a lot of help here.
Mashed potatoes, that's what I was trying to say. Thanks. Alright, so
29-44.
Yeah, easy in chat for that easy devil kill. Beco also, oh, not getting far right enough with that coil jump. So he's going to switch over to Jet. That's going to lose a little bit of time. Alright, so prisi going to be doing the flavored lemon exploit. He shot a rush coil. He shot a rush coil and then switched to top. So that rush lemon then took on the properties of top. And that's how you're able to kill the holographic Mega Man in one shot. Easy kill for Beco as well.
Fortunately, all over a minute behind now. Those deaths really putting the squeeze on Beco here, unfortunately. What was a very close race after the 8 Robot Masters has turned fairly lopsided here in the second half of Game 1. So
yeah, unfortunately with these top tier runners, there's not many mistakes. So once you give a big lead like that, there's really not much to bring it back. So now we're in refights. We're gonna see just how fast these top runners can destroy these bosses. prisi actually scared me there. I thought he was gonna run out of top spin. Your top spin energy gets drained for every frame you stay within the hitbox, but of course, because of the boss's iframes, they won't do damage every frame. So you gotta be careful there. And as long as you managed your ammo correctly, up. Okay, so prisi didn't have enough Magna Missile because he shot it into iframes, I believe. So he had to switch to hard. It's interesting that all of the bosses are weak to their own weapon in this game. So you have options, as we can see using Gemini Laser on Gemini Man himself. And we're gonna use it for Needle. The soft weaknesses and all that, it really gives us a lot of options when routing. It really gives us a lot of options when routing the refights so that we can minimize menu time. Okay, and just like the 8 Robo route that these runners took, we're gonna finish with Sparkman and get out of the refight stage. Beco handling Top Man. Oh, and he actually killed Top Man without being in a slide or a knockback deboost, so he was actually frozen for a bit because of the hard knuckle.
prisi cleared out at 33-13. We had the Wily Machine fight.
Yeah, awesome mash right there, of course. That second phase of the Wily Machine, a lot of runners intentionally cause lag by shooting a search snake and letting that snake just walk across the floor, which causes lag. So it lets you jump mash a lot easier, but these runners don't really need that help. Okay, so prisi coming into the Gamma fight. Time will be at the end of this second phase. Beco finishing his last refight. Alright, so take a deboost. What's happening? Okay. A little menu mishap. He was looking for top spin. Okay, so GG to prisi.
Finishes with an official race time of 34-26. So
a very strong race.
On the board with a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 losers final here.
Okay, Beco did use a couple of the lag snakes. As you could see, he shot 2 snakes on the floor to the right, and then it allowed him to jump mash a little more freely. You can shoot the surf snakes to the left, which causes even more lag since they remain on screen longer. That's what I do, because I need all the help I can get. Hey, what's up, Volt? Now, Pro is the one with the buttery voice. He's the original Kraft mac and cheese voice.
You say so.
Radio-friendly voice. Oh, and Beco doing the snake fight on the second phase. It's actually faster if you manage to mash enough at the top there. Snakes!
Beco finishing with an official race time of 35:54, so...
GG's to Beco as well. Very good first race. It was synced throughout 8 robots, and then prisi started to pull away there.
Yeah, the deaths in Doc Gemini and Shadow really were the main differences between the runners. Beco was also having some trouble in some of the other dock stages. I think he got a bit tilted there, just trying to sort of push forward, and the frustrations I think from those two deaths really kind of put him in a state. So now it's gonna be okay. How do you respond for game 2?
Yeah, let's give them a little breather to get ready and prepare for that next race. Like you said, this is a best out of 3, best 2 of 3. And this is the lower brackets, so loser of this is knocked out.
Yeah, and the winner will play fast at CC, and regardless of who wins here, they will have to beat fast at CC twice in 2 best of 3 matches, because this is a double elimination tournament, so they'll have to win 4 times.
Yeah, that's right. So whoever wins this still has a lot of work to do in Grands. Yeah. Fastat is the world record holder, and I imagine he will improve that record sometime soon because he still gets really good paces in practice, in his practice runs. And prisi now in second place with his new PB a few days ago. I will be right back.
Yes, likewise, I shall return in a moment, and we'll get ready for game 2 of this best of 3 match.
Okay, I'm back. Where's the audio?
Set up for the next race in the series for that to happen, but alright, so our runners get ready here for game 2.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you, Pro.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to all of the commentators we had during this tournament. A lot of people stepped up, and of course our competitors. A lot of people showed up, played some good Mega Man 3. And shout out to chat, of course. Beco practicing that Doc Gemini first room where he took that death in this first pit. You see how you jump over that flame pillar and the pit in one jump? So yeah, it's pretty easy to jump over the flame pillar and then just go into the pit. There is more. This is a best 2 out of 3, so Prisi took the first race, so our runners are now preparing for the second race. Oh yeah, Pro, thank you for handling the race room as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, my coffee's still hot. I made a lot this morning. Because
I did the same.
Oh yeah, I feel like this emote. Let me drop it in chat. Shoutouts to Madu. Our top, he was in top 4, or top 4, in this tournament. He's playing Super Mario Brothers 3 now, so he's in like your world.
Oh yeah. I haven't played Mario 3 in a while, so but yeah. Suppose if it's anyone, probably be mine in this chat room, anyways.
Yeah, so it looks like our runners aren't taking a bathroom break. They're just practicing. They wanna they wanna go fast. Again, thank you all for joining us. Beco is in Japan, Prisi is in Germany, so we're happy that everyone could join at this time. I think Beco's trying to ice Prisi. I know about these strats, these race strats. The next race will begin momentarily. Our runners are readying up. It looks like Beco practiced both of the rooms he took a death in. So obviously, this next race will go perfectly, right?
Well, one would think. Yeah. See how Beco responds after that disappointing second half of Mega Man 3 for him in game. See if how he adjusts, and prisi as well. Played a really clean game 1, but mentally, like, how do you sort of make adjustments for that?
Yeah, both of these runners are known for their amazing consistency, but of course it is Mega Man 3. It's a very, very tough run.
Our runners have been given the go-ahead. We'll be starting in just a minute here. So, game 2 of this losers final. prisi, if he wins, will move on to the grand finals to take on Fast at CC. If Beco wins, we're going to have winner take all game 3.
Yep, and we have the integration on Beco's side, so you could actually see the countdown for race time GG. Oh my god, 3 seconds left.
We are off.
Good luck, race 2. So, like you said in race 1, there are other routes in this game, but Top Man is the fastest route, and these are top tier runners, so they're doing top first. The other routes are worth mentioning though: Magnet Man first and Gemini Man first. You can still get very competitive times with those routes.
Time was you could even do Needle Man first if you were so inclined.
I have heard of that. These Metdozers here, their hitbox are pretty wonky. As they stagger going forward, their hitbox sometimes becomes like hidden or covered by like a barrier. Ooh, prisi actually having a little struggle with that cat, taking some damage there. You want to be able to kill those cats in 3 jumps, and on the 3rd jump, get up there. Oh, Beco doing the same exact mistake that prisi did, so now their pack synced up. Not only do you need to be able to mash in this game, but you need to be able to jump mash. That's almost an entirely different beast. Okay, so coming into this last room of top, we have this very dangerous platforming. But again, both of our runners choose to not skip that last top and just wait for it. Alright, the Top Man fight, completely scripted. Just keep him in iframes and he should be dead by the 3rd phase. Good fight. I think both of these, yeah. Better than my PB.
So we're coming up now to the 2 stages where this, at least in the early phase, where this can turn on a dime.
It could go terribly wrong in the first 3 stages. Especially this one, Shadow. Alright, coming into our first Proto Man fight, we're gonna see some more amazing mash to take him down near that right wall. And now one of the most fun rooms in the game, the dark room here. You need to place your shots in good spots so that they don't cause too much lag, and so you could destroy the enemies before you get there so you could then slide, because those grenades do have a lingering explosion hitbox, so you want to kill them before you're near him. And now we're in the last room already. It's a long last room. We have these very dangerous jumps over these pits. We use top spin to take out these parachutes while we jump over the pits. And that makes it even more dangerous because when you kill something with top spin, it actually pushes you backwards. So our runners try to turn around right before we make contact with the parachutes, so they can get a little bit of a boost to the right, which prevents them from falling down. Alright, good stage for both of these runners. It looks like beco had a little bit of a better Shadow Man fight. Or did he? I know he ended the fight in the middle, so that's a slight time save over prisi. But he did have to stop on the parachutes. Alright, coming into Gemini Man stage now. Another very dangerous stage. It's another reason why a top first route is preferred by many. It gets the hard stages out of the way early. Alright, so this very hard to do the required movement for this first room. And those penguins just have way too much HP. And it's RNG whether or not they fire their eggs, which would necessitate another shot to get that out of the way. Okay, looks like beco and prisi having a good first egg room here, so they should, yep, they both get the zip.
Yeah, beco had some trouble with this in game one. Gave prisi a decent lead on the early stages here, but much cleaner this time around for beco.
Yeah, and with that music despawn, these big penguins don't spawn properly. That's why they look like that. Okay, so enjoy the sound effects since we don't have any music, and also less lag. We actually call this room here the lag room because it's extremely laggy, which makes platforming way more difficult than it should be. And our runners are, of course, doing the one-tile slides. Very dangerous.
beco taking a couple of safeties there just to make absolutely sure nothing goes wrong as I reach the final room, and okay, so
okay, both of them have the HP that they need to do the fights that they like to do. prisi still looks like he did a safer version of his fight. Oh, kind of messing up the second phase. Don't take body contact.
yeah, no.
Oh god. Alright, I could tell he panicked a bit. He has a backup for his backup, and I didn't see it, so that's how I know something was definitely wrong.
Yeah, he did get a little caught there, but he was able to gut it out. So well played by prisi. beco now in the lead as we head to Beetleman.
And prisi actually shot the wrong direction. In this game, I think you can't turn around and fire on the same frame. You'll shoot the wrong way. Also, you can't land and shoot on the same frame. Across the Mega Man series, there's always like little things that will eat your input, and they're all different across the games. Okay, now in Needleman stage. In comparison to the first three, much easier. That room that beco just did was beautiful. It's pretty difficult to do that. Alright, clean stages for both of these runners. Let's see what kind of pattern they get from Needle. Okay, so oh no! beco got the 2 high jumps, so it's very easy to miss your Gemini laser. So now he had to just... We call that a Nudawa laser, named after an old school runner named Nudawa. I assume he missed his Gemini lasers a lot for that to be named after him. But yeah, that loses a ton of time because you cannot despawn your shots. You can only menu when a shot is on screen if those shots came from Rush Coil or Rush Jet. Kind of a little oversight from the developers. So yeah, just like that, the lead given back to Prisi. And now we are in Snake. This is primarily the Rush Jet stage. We use the hell out of Rush Jet in this stage. And even though there's a ton of ladders, we'll be climbing most of it because spawning Rush Jet causes lag. So like right here with that Prisi's in, we're gonna not even bother with Rush Jet. You would think calling Rush Jet and jumping up it would be faster, but no. I didn't see the first snake zip by the runners, but Prisi coming into the second one now. First try, very nice.
He had trouble with the first snake zip in game 1, and he had like about a 5-second lead at that point and went right back to 0. They were basically in sync after that point. So yeah, definitely cleaner from both players. I think beco had a little more trouble here in game 2. Prisi's now back. Prisi has a slight lead over beco, like not even a couple of seconds. Needleman, oh, it was all first try. Like, yeah, Needleman still kind of lingering a little bit for beco there.
Yeah, that needle fight.
Yeah.
Alright, coming into the snake fight. You want to keep him in iframes, of course. Prisi gets the middle jump. Oh, they both get the middle jump, same pattern, and they handled it. They handled it perfectly. That's about as fast as you could do that pattern. Alright, so Prisi not letting up here in game 2.
He knows what he has here, and you know, competitively, you don't want to let your opponent have an opportunity here. You know, finish this off in his mind, and you know, get out of here with a 2-0 sweep. But you know, he knows who he's playing against. He knows beco probably will not make the same mistakes twice. So the onus will be on Prisi to have his execution be on point here.
beco having a little trouble with Proto, though. He does allow him to make it to the right side of the wall and turn around. Yeah,
one of his shots missed, and I think that kind of screwed up the what he was going for in terms of his approach. And yeah, so it did take a few seconds longer that time.
Yeah, and now Prisi switching to Rush Jet to fly over these Yoku blocks. Oh, he's doing the despawn. You can despawn Jet or Coil by pressing pause during a slide. If you press pause during a slide, the menu won't come up, but you will despawn Rush Jet and Rush Coil. So that's a cool little trick. Okay, watch beco. He's gonna fire to kill that missile with the Shadow Blade, and if you land on the right frame, you can start walking while you shoot the remainder of your Shadow Blades without having to be frozen in place for each shot. It's really cool.
Really good pattern there for beco against Maggie Man.
Yeah, beco getting the favorable pattern again. Prisi, I think he got the bad pattern once again. So Magnet helping beco.
There's a 5-second difference. Prisi in the lead with two Robot Masters left.
Now Hardman. In the first race, we didn't see any bees, so hopefully we don't see any again. How many bees come out? I think it's like about 5. It causes so many lag. So much
5,
lag.
Yeah. Lucid Nimbus asking the important question: do Robot Masters dream of electric snakes? Well, Philip K. Dick didn't quite get that far in his writing, but I'm sure he would have come around to it eventually.
I'm sure Chat GPT dreams.
Well, Chat GPT does a lot of things, and leave it at that. have used it. It is interesting, but
Yeah, I see some runners even asking it for speed advice. They posted it
well,
in the Discord.
if it's actually giving good advice, then won't be long before we'll have runners really facing off against the machines.
Oh no, bees.
Yep, those bees.
Both of them doing the rush coil strats very good throughout the first half of the stage. But those darn bees, normally you don't have to deal with that, especially if you have Shadow Blade equipped.
Beco actually stopping to get a health refill, make sure he's got
Chris,
what he needs.
okay. I wasn't sure if prisi knew he had enough health, but he did the strat. He had just enough health. Beco, yeah, Beco has enough now. You have to take 2 deboosts in there. One when he's coming down, and then another one while you're frozen. So it does a ton of damage. But as long as you have half health, you could do it.
Yeah. So Prissy widening his lead a little bit there due to some of Beco's mishaps at the end of Hardman. So it's 11 seconds now as we head to the final Robot Master, Sparkman.
Yeah, that trivial room with the 1B actually made a big difference in Hardman stage.
It did, and then also have to stop for that refill, Those it's the little things, that's true, I think, for any of these, games where, your world record time is 33 minutes, and, you start realizing how important those seconds are, because every little thing can add half a second or a second, and before you know it, you're staring down the barrel of like a 40-45 minute run. Like, how did I do that? Like, well, that's why.
Very true. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think getting the refill in Hardman stage is slower than just doing the safe fight without the deboost. But I don't blame him. He just wanted to do the fight that he's used to.
Yeah, you need to, in a race setting, you do have to kind of make those mental adjustments on the fly. Like, it's not about, getting a PB. If you get a PB, that's serendipity. It's all about, getting through to the end and, doing what you have to. And, PBs should honestly be the last thing on your mind.
Alright, prisi having a good Spark stage. He gets the 1 jump from Spark. Not too bad of a pattern. A good fight by him. Beco now starting his fight. He gets the 3 jumps. That's very difficult to finish him and then jump up in the middle before he's dead with that pattern.
So 1631 on the Sparkman kill for Prissy, 1643 for Beco.
Yeah, still sub 17 robos, which is very strong. Of course, they might not be happy with that, but I'm drooling over that 8 robo time.
Yeah, nothing egregious from either runner here, but now this is where things went very wrong for Beco in Game 1. How will he do in Game 2?
Well, he's further behind than he was in Game 1, so hopefully a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
This is a very fun room also.
It was only 2 seconds difference with 1640, 1642 according to my notes. Very, very strong play in Game 1. But yeah, that death early in Doc Gemini, and then everything just slowly went off the rails for Beco in Game 1. And he still ended up with, a sub 36, so, that's off the rails, sign me up, but,
prisi having a perfect few egg rooms.
Yeah, he really put that one together. And
yeah, he did all the strats.
Excellent Doc flash fight. He had that right down to a T.
Yeah, good flash fight also.
A little slower for Beco, but still out of there.
Yeah, still decent. Both of these runners had a pretty scary water room. That was a little. That was better.
It,
wasn't perfect.
it's always scary to me. I mean, I get the logic behind everything and how it all works, but it's still scary.
Yeah, especially those drops. If you try to jump during a refill animation from a energy drop, of course your jump won't come out. You'll still be on the spikes, and if you don't react accordingly, that's an easy death. Okay, coming into Dock Bubble. prisi gets the 2-bubble pattern. Just like everything, you want less things on screen, so less bubbles means less lag. And beco getting the 3-bubble, unfortunately, so more lag.
Par for the course, right?
Yeah. Alright, Doc Shadow. Here we have the opportunity for a music despawn, but prisi does not get it. So he's going to be dealing with some extra lag.
That could be significant with some of those platforming in the dark rooms.
Right, that could definitely spell disaster here on this room with these red platforms. He's actually reducing lag by killing the holographic things up there.
Yeah. I saw them like it's disco rooms or something. It's like, I mean, here comes the robot disco ball.
Okay, he made it. He's fine. Beco looks like he did get the music despawn because it looks less laggy for him. None of these runners, I think, went for the clutch jumps in race 1, I think. prisi, of course, not going for it when he has the music playing. But it is possible to slide on a few of those red platforms and jump out in time. Ooh, prisi having a little trouble with the Woodman fight.
Still very nicely done. Alright, so...
beco with the perfect setup for Wood. Very good fight.
Again, this is where things really went south for beco in game 1. Okay, so
yeah.
one bad missile shot, and all of a sudden it just goes kaboom.
prisi getting more ammo than he would like. He only needs one small ammo drop to have enough magnet. beco didn't get any, so he had to take a deboost at the end of that room.
Yeah, you seem kind of just hesitate there for a second, because this is exactly what happened in game 1, and he was like, oh right, don't.
Ooh, prisi with the fire slide, and he gets a double hit on that second pattern.
Very nice. So prisi out at 21:33. Another double hit there for beco.
Yeah.
And he's out.
Yeah, you could actually hit Heatman twice if that first hit makes contact on the very first frame that he's vulnerable.
Yeah. So 11-second difference going into the third dock stage on Needles. So beco holding serve here, not losing time to prisi. Still got about 8 stages left, and while there are places to have a mishap, it is going to come down, I think, more to beco's execution. Like there you go, like prisi getting a nice, getting a little lucky there.
Yeah, he messed up the strat, so he almost got knocked off the ladder. That would have been a huge time loss.
That's what beco would have been looking for. It's like, okay, there we go.
Okay, so in the Airman fight, we started off with some lemons from our Rush Coil, and then we switched to Spark. So those lemons actually get to go through the tornado instead of sinking off. And they get the properties of Spark, doing some more damage than a normal lemon would.
beco switching to Rush Jet before leaving the room. prisi did not, so...
beco getting the high-low pattern from those parachutes at the start there. Very annoying. Alright, so our runners are gonna just fly Rush Jet over this screen. We're jumping off the top, which reduces the energy we spend, and it also reduces lag, since Mega Man's not on screen. And it baits the dragonflies to the bottom of the screen, so you could despawn them. Oh, if you jump at the right time, that is. prisi actually needs to be kind of careful. His health is pretty low. I don't recall exactly how much damage those huge Mets do, but it's a lot. might skip this. Okay, he's getting it.
Let's see, take right to Doc Flash here. Enters the room at 23:53. Becca like, I don't want no health pickup.
Yeah, his health is low enough where getting that would be slower than jumping over it.
Right. 24-11 for Prissy. Beco, very good clash fight. And he's out at 24-22. So again, we're still at 11 seconds here. Very close going into Doc Spark. And there are places where, again, things can happen. So we'll see how they handle this. Because there's some tricky platforming here in Doc Spark.
Okay, I hope no one goes for the music despawn in this stage. No risk it, guys. Do not risk it.
Your sense of adventure. Would it be great if they both got it?
Or what if Prisi doesn't get it and Beco gets it, and then it's an automatic game 3? I think it's so cool how the Mega Man 2 robots come back in this game as Doc robots.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea that you know, it's sort of the bridge to what would become in future Mega Man games. That sort of transition before we get to the Wily stages. So this is
oh my gosh,
an idea that I wish. This is an idea I wish they'd repeated actually.
Okay, so no music despawns. Actually, I don't know if Beco got it. We do despawn a few of these Tesla coil things. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. Pains in the you-know-what. That's what they are.
Okay, Prissy has enough energy with the Gemini lasers, so he's switched back to that weapon.
Late bank shot.
Yeah, that was actually scary.
He's out at 26-18.
Beco handling it with the Search Snake. Look at this
out
mash.
Out at 26-28. 10
Look
seconds.
At that mash. That mash was incredible. Breakman didn't even get to go all the way to the left. Same thing for Beco. Oh yeah, and they menu while Breakman is teleporting out. For whatever reason, that makes Mega Man teleport out sooner. Okay, Wily stages. Hope your eyebrows are wiggling. Alright, both of these runners are going to mash down these enemies at the start here. I think Beco does the same. Oh no, he gets the reverse D-boost. That is so hard. Oh, oh my god, if he got them both, we would just give him this win.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, style points,
Yeah.
It's like
that's what's important. Just like I don't know, a breakdance battle. So in like a lot of other Mega Man games, when you menu, you let go of the ladders. So we like to menu usually at the top of ladders, or in any instance when we want to let go of the ladder. So it's cool, like how the menus are also routed throughout this run.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kamegoro Maker, Prisi with 2 left patterns, so those are the slow patterns. Beco starting off with a right, so that's a fast one. Another right.
Neither runner got a lot of help here in game 1 from this boss.
I think Beco only got 1 left this time around, so he got a lot of help there.
28-34 for Prissy, 28-38 for Beco, so Beco is only 4 seconds back. heading to Wiley 2.
Wow, the RNG god's making a difference here. Okay, see how they menu right at the top of the ladder? It then allows them to jump sooner. It's little things like that. It's so interesting. Okay, hopefully no mishaps with the rush coil strats.
They both got it, and Beco missed it in game 1. But,
Beco didn't trust that, I think.
Yeah, I think he realized, like, oh, this isn't right.
Yeah.
So good audible there by Beco. And if you know, I'm sure he knows where Prisi's at, like, but still, don't do anything that's gonna jeopardize you, right?
Yeah, that's basically the exact same thing that happened in the first race.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he had the menu to jet and fly over, which is pretty slow.
Yeah. So he's given that time back. 29:48 for Prisi.
Double easy Yellow Devil kill.
29:56, so 8 seconds now. So Beco gave 4 seconds back there, but again, Prisi had a little trouble with his ladders.
Yeah, that second room there, you need to slide immediately off of that ladder to get between the first and second shot. Very short stage. There's a zip that you could do in this room with the moving platforms coming up. The Prisi's pretty good at it, but he's not gonna go for it. That's insane. Alright, so now we're going to do the top flavored lemon trick. Shoot out a lemon, switch to top, so that lemon can now have the properties of the top spin. Ooh, Beco actually shot too early.
Fade to black 30-54 for Prisi. Beco fade to black 31 flat. So still got 2 seconds back because of a couple other little things from Prisi, but we are down to the wire here, folks. We've only got 3 stages left. It's refights, Wily Machine, and Gamma. So, a lot of places for our runners, particularly in the refights, to shape this race.
Prisi having a little trouble with the junk golems in that the last one. Okay, so the patterns that they get from these bosses can make a little bit of a difference here. So let's see.
Certainly 6 seconds worth.
I dislike this pattern from Snake. Even though he doesn't come to the right, if you kill him soon enough. Like, it's so hard to deal with those snakes that he shoots. Very good Shadowman fight by Prisi. He didn't even need to get the health, even though top spin, of course, puts you in their hitbox. Okay, good top fight. Now that we have his weakness, we could knock him down in two cycles. You kind of have to get that health.
Yeah. Alright, so Beco on to Mega Man, Hard Man. Prisi just finished him off. Okay, so Beco actually set it up so he didn't have to take the health refill. Like, I don't need this.
Very good Gemini fight by Prisi. There's a lot of variations to this fight.
Beco did it again.
Yep, we got a noodle laser for Beco, so you had to wait until it despawns to be able to shoot again.
Got him in Needle Man. Let's see if Needle Refight does this to him. Nope.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant mistake, unfortunately, at this point in the race.
Yeah, so really good magnet fight for Beco. But yeah, Prisi in the driver's seat here down the stretch, 33-12, exiting Wily 4. Beco's going to be about 15 seconds back.
At least Sparkman didn't jump all the way to the teleporter for Beco.
Okay, so 12 seconds, so 33-24, so it's an unforced error at this point. Prisi, if something goes wrong here, that's Beco's chance, but that's about all he's got as far as that goes, and nope, clean.
Yeah, that was kind of Beco's last hope if prisi messes up the quick kill. But he did use a couple lag snakes to help him do the jump mash. Oh, and Beco actually messes up the quick kill, so he's gonna switch over to Shadow.
Well,
He's
he's
gonna.
trying, but
I, okay.
so,
I thought he was gonna E-tank for safety, but yeah,
yeah.
he was only a couple shots away.
It's
Alright.
all prissy now. You just gotta close this out. It's a pretty quick fight with Gamma. So
Yep, so prisi coming into the Gamma fight, last phase, he's gonna take a D-boost and switch to top, which allows him to
that,
use top spin
that's
inside the
it.
hitbox.
Prissy
Wow.
gets the 2-0 sweep with an official race time of 34:23. You don't want to say it was the Nadua lasers, but kinda.
Nadua. And GG for Beco. A 34 this time. Very, very strong run.
34:43. I mean, you know, that's some outstanding. That game 2 was an outstanding display. I mean, it was just a couple of little things here and there, and as we were saying, it's amazing that it could be that, but here it is. That's incredible. So, but no, GG's to both of our runners. Prissy will move on to take on Fasted CC. In terms of the Mega Man leaderboard, that's 1 versus 2. So that should be an exciting grand finals coming up. And Beco, his reputation, precedes him, and once again showing how great he is at all the Mega Mans. Because I know he was a relative newcomer to Mega Man 3, at least as far as speedrunning goes.
Yeah, he really only started this grind, like last year?
Yeah.
And he's already 4th place now on the leaderboards.
And he's already closing the distance in Mega Man 2, which has been his jam of late.
Well, he was in 3rd place, but with prisi's new PB, he's now in 4th, and prisi's now in 2nd place. At the start of this tournament, prisi was the 4th seed in the bracket, but with the new times, he would be 2nd seed because he's in 2nd place. It's crazy the progress that these runners have made.
All right, let's see if our runners will be game for a quick interview. Looks like we're going to have Prissy join us. So stay tuned for what will be the final match of the Mega Man 3 tournament coming up between Prissy and Fasted CC. Time and date TBD, but should be soon, and it's going to be epic. May our viewers get the double best of 3, because this is a double elimination, so Prissy would have to win the first best of 3 to force a final.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very, very hype match. Prisi versus Fastat CC. Wow.
Well, all right, and we are joined by our winner of today's losers final match, Prissy. That sounds like a contradiction. Winner losers final, but GG's Prissy. Great race.
What up, Prisi? Congrats.
What's up? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coming into this race, I know you felt pretty confident since you've been killing it lately in the runs and the PB attempts. How did you feel?
So right before my first match, I had some stomach problems, but it went away with the nerves kicking in. And the same thing happened with the second race. I had some stomach problems, and then after like 2 stages, it went away. I was very glad. Yeah, I don't know. I think I felt more confident into Madhu into Madu. That sounds wrong. Into Madu's last match, like against him in the semifinals in the low bracket. But I died everywhere. I died in every single race. Had a hard time beating him. That was very, very close. This time around, I wasn't so confident because I had some menu issues and I wasn't playing for 2 days because I wanted to rest, and my play have become worse since my last PB. And so I wasn't that confident, but surprisingly didn't die. I'd say my play was better against Madu, but I died. And this time I didn't die, but my play was just all over the place. I did like a lot of small mistakes, but didn't die. So
yeah, well, yeah, the deathless, in game one, that was the difference. It was dead even going into dock stages. Then Beco had unfortunately short jumped in dock Gemini, so you got about a 15-second lead there. And then he died again in dock Shadow, and that pretty much was it. So you could just almost coast to the finish line.
Where did he die in dock Gemini? First screen?
First screen, first pit.
Oh no! Oh
yeah,
wow!
You know that jump.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he was just like a little early on his jump. I think he might have like even shorted it a little bit, and it's like, oh, you could tell just looking at it, like, oh no. And it was.
Yeah.
You know how you try to do the short jump so you could do 3 slides on that next platform?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I went for the 3 slides in the first race, but I didn't for the second race because I was too far right. It would have been very sketchy. Yeah, you have to kind of like improvise, decide, okay, can I go for it? Do I want to go for it? Do I want to risk it as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he died in Doc Shadow in the parachute room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw his comment. Probably got magnet missiled.
Yeah, missile went the wrong way. He was out of ammo. It almost happened again in game 2, but I think he was like, oh wait, don't do that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, and of course, if you die there, what is the backup? No one knows.
Yeah, so, and then game 2 was very close throughout, and you led pretty much most of the way, Prissy, but, it wasn't until really the end when, Medua laser happened again for, and there were a couple of other little things here and there, but that was where the gap started to widen a bit. Because he Nadua against Needleman on the opener, and then did it again against Gemini in the refight. He's like, oh no. It's like
I saw he had really good turtles. He saved like 7 seconds on me or something. Because I had like worst, dude. I had 4 worst.
He only had 1 left.
Damn, I was not doing well in that fight. I tanked once as well.
Yeah, it was 10 seconds. You got a 10-second lead going into that, and it became 4 almost instantly. It's like, but then you got a few seconds back in Wily too, because again, Beco kind of short hopped a jump with the rush coil. Like he kind of played the safety there. Like okay,
right. He had to switch to jet, and same thing in race 1.
Right. A lot of those little things, and but you pulled through and got the sweep. I mean, I'm sure that was very gratifying. Like, as much fun as it is for us, I don't think game 3 was really anything you wanted at all.
For sure, yes.
Yeah. There was a chance, like there was still hope for Beco to come back in refights, but then the Noodle laser happened, and then the mishap on the quick kill of the Wily machine, so it was pretty much sealed.
Yeah.
So now now it's fast at CC for the championship. Thought.
Yep, that's right. I'm really looking forward to facing one of my best friends in the speedrun community as well. I faced him before in the last MM3 tournament, and I'm looking forward to get my revenge. This is no friend versus friend. This is just prisi versus Fasa. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna give it my best shot. I'm gonna do all the strats, all the tricks that I can, and he better bring the best, because I'm gonna bring the
Yeah.
best. I'll try,
Well,
and hopefully it's gonna be entertaining.
I mean, he should
you know,
be worried
yeah,
I
with
hope
all
he
the
is.
progress. With all the progress on the leaderboards, at least he should be worried.
yeah, and also, and you're gonna have to win 4 times. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys what happens right now. There's gonna be a bracket reset because Prisi will win the first set. I don't know what's gonna happen in the very end, but then Beco's gonna grind Rockman too, and he's gonna go really far in there. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see both of you guys streams coming up.
Yep, sounds awesome. I mean, Beco has been playing a lot of 2 as well, so he had probably kind of the disadvantage because I'm playing 3 for like forever, and he took a break from it. So yeah, if he didn't take the break, this could have been even closer. And these
Yeah.
races were really close. Like I saw a little
They-
bit of it.
they sure were. I mean, again, game 1, that opener, it's like you guys were trading
That was hard.
Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah, it really
and
set
then
the tone.
Game 2, I mean, yeah, you led for most of it, but it was definitely one of those things where it's like one little mishap, and all of a sudden, your lead just gets snapped in half, and it's like, wow, how did that happen? It's like, but definitely a testament to both of your skills as runners. So GG.
That was thank you. Thanks for commentating as well, Mello and Pro. Awesome job.
Pleasure.
I wanted to say one thing. I was playing okay in the first race, but somehow I was kind of like, it was very very close. But somehow I was in the lead on the second one, but I was not playing well. I swear, I was not playing that well, and I looked over and thought, wait, what? He had a similar bad top, like just like me. We had like a 2 flat top, I think. Kind of like sketchy shadow parachutes, although mine was a little bit better than the first race. And then Gemini, I mean, you saw my fight. It was just all over the place, and I was very surprised that I was actually in the lead. But yeah.
Doing a race, twice in a row, it's easy to kind of get into yourself into autopilot, and you start. It's very. I know from experience, it's very easy to start thinking, well, I did this the first time. It's like, well, why did I do that better the second time? It's like it's easy to kind of get into that comparison, and it's like it's an easy way, honestly, to start making mistakes. So but I understand that mindset. It's like, yeah, like, oh man, I was doing so much better in game 1, but honestly, your splits weren't that from because I took notes, and they weren't appreciably.
I
off
was running
compared to
against
game
average.
1.
I was running
Yeah.
against average.
Oh, you're running against your average? Okay.
Yeah. I was 40 seconds or something, 30 seconds behind. It was not that
Oh,
great,
wow.
but that's what I said. Like against Madu, I was playing better because I was
Yeah.
very close to my gold segments against Madu, but unfortunately, I was just not. I just died. This time was kind of meh performance, but
Well-
yeah, I really hope I can put 2 things together against Faster, because this is very important for me if I want to have a chance.
Well, regardless how the grands go, I think you should be proud of how far you came, because you definitely pulled a couple upsets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy. Whatever happens. I reached my goal. My goal was basically getting to the at least semifinals, which I missed. But now I'm actually in the finals, thanks to the lower bracket. So I can't really complain. Got lucky because I could have lost against Fatso, but he had to forfeit the tournament because of hand pain. And then kind of got lucky against Madu as well. Today was okay. So yeah, overall really happy and proud. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the tournaments there was a little bit of we were unsure whether you and Fatso would actually see each other, being on opposite ends of the bracket, but yeah, sadly he had to drop. That would have been a really good race.
Yeah, for sure. I was looking forward to that one.
Right.
All right, well, look out for that ping on Discord to schedule the next match. Very, very hype.
We will probably schedule as soon as possible, honestly. So don't worry about it.
Outstanding.
But yeah, ping, still ping, Melo. Give us the ping. Just in case.
Oh yeah, this deserves the ping. It's the grand
Yeah.
finals. For sure. I'm not just gonna ping you two either. Everyone gets a ping.
Alright.
All right. Well, GG's again to Prissy and Beco for a great race, and stay tuned for the grand finals of the Mega Man 3 tournament, which should hopefully be in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And again, as always, thanks to SpeedGaming for putting the show on. And if you haven't already, give our runners a follow. Some outstanding play here from two longtime veterans in the Mega Man community. Give them your support if you haven't already, and give myself, Pro A007, and my co-commentator and organizer of this tournament, Mellow Flows, a follow as well. But start with our runners. So we'll see you all again very soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Take
You
care.
too. Bye.
Bye.